Going into a pregnancy is a really challenging time for a woman, because it's forever changing, both mentally and physically. Brooke Burke. If adolescent pregnancy prevention is to become a priority, then our strategy, as advocates, must contain two key elements: civic engagement and education. Jane Fonda. Just saying no prevents teenage pregnancy the way have a nice day cures chronic depression. Faye Waddleton. Young girls, don't think getting pregnant or having sex will lead to a man loving or staying with you. Value yourself. Enhance dreams. I don't particularly like being pregnant. I like the baby in the end. Pregnancy is a very distant thing for me. I can't seem to believe there's really a baby there. It's such a miracle. Mary Beth Whitehead. Pregnancy is a process that invites you to surrender to the unseen force behind all life. Judy Ford. Let us make pregnancy an occasion when we appreciate our female bodies. Marita Leonhardt Lupa. I'm so fascinated by the concept of teen pregnancy for some reason. Not that I condone it or promote it, but it's just a very real thing in our country and culture. Levin Rambin. If pregnancy were a book, they would cut the last 2 chapters. Nora Ephron. I am not finding pregnancy much of a joy. I am afraid of childbirth, but I am afraid I can't find a way of avoiding it. Brigitte Bardot. It's hard to raise a child when you're still a child. Anonymous. It's normal to gain weight during pregnancy. It's something that has to happen to your body. Carney Wilson. Whether your pregnancy was meticulously planned, medically coaxed, or happened by surprise, one thing is certain: your life will never be the same. Catherine Jones. For many women, myself included, pregnancy brings on tremendous anxiety and confusion, along with the joy. Emily Oster. Contraceptives have a proven track record of enhancing the health of women and children, preventing unintended pregnancy, and reducing the need for abortion. Louise Slaughter. Pregnancy used to be a beautiful thing, now it's just like, oh wow, she's pregnant too? Part of being a parent is rolling with the punches, so consider an unexpected pregnancy the universe's way of helping you to learn to do that. Heather Wittenberg. Pregnancy is a disease from which you recover in 18 years and 9 months. Carrie Lettet. I think that what scares me more than getting fat during pregnancy is the responsibility of a child. Carol Alt. Unplanned pregnancy is an equal opportunity affliction. And McLean Custer. Pregnancy changed my body, it changed the way I walk. Andy McDowell. Sexual education can prevent teenage pregnancy. Anonymous. Teenagers who openly communicate with their parents are less likely to become teenage parents. Anonymous. A woman experiencing an unplanned pregnancy also deserves to experience unplanned joy. Patricia Heaton. For too many women, pregnancy is just the start of loneliness and abuse. It is a cruel reality. Faye Ripley. Making a decision to have a child, it's momentous. It is to decide forever to have your heart go walking around outside your body. Elizabeth Stone. Truthfully, being pregnant is changing me as a person. Each day is part of this amazing journey that has completely shifted the focus of my life and made me reevaluate my personal and professional goals. Holly Madison. I never ever slept again after my first pregnancy. Uma Thurman. The hideous thing is this: I want to forgive him. Even after everything, I do. A baby before my 17th birthday and a future as lonely as the surface of the moon, and still the sight of him feels like a homecoming, like a song I used to know but somehow forgot. Katie Cotugno. If we as a nation are to break the cycle of poverty, crime and the growing underclass of young people ill-equipped to be productive citizens, we need to not only implement effective programs to prevent teen pregnancy, but we must also help those who have already given birth so that they become effective, nurturing, bonding parents. Jane Fonda. It's about time we make the well-being of our young people more important than ideology and politics. As a country, we benefit from investing in their future by investing in teen pregnancy prevention. Jane Fonda. Pregnancy is getting company inside one's skin. Maggie Scarf. In spite of conflicting signals, and in spite of a popular culture that sometimes puts down their innocence, most of our kids are good kids. Large numbers do volunteer work. Nearly all believe in God, and most practice their faith. Teen pregnancy and violence are actually going down. Across America, under a program called True Love Waits, nearly 1 million teens have pledged themselves to abstain from sex until marriage. George W. Bush. Hollywood has glorified adult premarital sex, and that is unhelpful if your goal is to reduce teen pregnancy and out-of-wedlock births. Joe Lieberman. In 1962 and 1963, there were 2 abominable decisions out of the Supreme Court, and that was taking prayer out of school, and taking Bible reading out of school. But you know, if you look at the statistics, 2 very critical things happened after that date. Number 1, teen pregnancy skyrocketed. Number 2, violent crime skyrocketed. Rafael Cruz. In general, higher rates of belief in and worship of a creator correlate with higher rates of homicide, juvenile and early adult mortality, STD infection rates, teen pregnancy, and abortion. Gregory S. Paul. When men and women fail to form stable marriages, the result is a vast expansion of government attempts to cope with the terrible social needs that result. There is scarcely a dollar that the state and federal government spends on social programs that are not driven, in large part, by family fragmentation, crime, poverty, drug abuse, teen pregnancy, school failure, mental and physical health problems. Maggie Gallagher. Statistics show that teen pregnancy drops off significantly after age 2. Marian Thibodeau. As the most religious country of the 18 surveyed, the U.S. also comes in with the highest rates for teen pregnancy and for gonorrhea and syphilis. Wayne Dyer. The same comparison holds true within the United States itself. Southern and Midwestern states, characterized by the highest levels of religious literalism, are especially plagued by high rates of homicide, abortion, teen pregnancy, sexually transmitted disease, and infant mortality, while the comparatively secular states of the Northeast conform to European standards. Sam Harris. The thing that's nice about pregnancy is that in the end, you have a baby. And Romney. Teen pregnancy went way down in the 90s, and 75% of it was because of increased use of contraception. Al Franken. I'm so fascinated by the concept of teen pregnancy for some reason. Not that I condone it or promote it, but it's just a very real thing in our country and culture. Levin Rambin. During my high-risk pregnancy, I consistently experienced subpar care from my hospital, which led me to hire 2 midwives instead. They provided me with excellent and loving care, and they made my pregnancy a truly special and powerful moment in my life. Patrice Cullors. Pregnancy seemed like a tremendous abdication of control. Something growing inside you which would eventually usurp your life. Erica Jong. When you moved, I felt squeezed with a wild infatuation and protectiveness. We are one. Nothing, not even death, can change that. Suzanne Finamore. It's amazing, the mentality shift that occurs in pregnancy. All of a sudden you want to be good to yourself. Elizabeth Hasselbeck. In pregnancy, there are 2 bodies, one inside the other. 2 people live under one skin. When so much of life is dedicated to maintaining our integrity as distinct beings, this bodily tandem is an uncanny fact. Joan Raphael Leff. Pregnancy is something that I always love. It's about hope in the future and a new baby. Karina Reutfeld.